guys, here I am on my weekly road trip. It's like 2 hours on the country road, so please don't worry about me. Anyway, I just wanted to come in with a download I've had for a little while now about backhanded compliments from people. You know, those kind of compliments that say, like, wow, I really like your pink shirt, for instance. It's much better than that drab pink that you used to wear. You know, things like that. So, anyway, yeah, I wanted to talk about those people. You know, there's a whole personality type of people who give these backhanded compliments, and I went to just read into them because when I am driving and I am on high psychic alert and I'm driving and keeping my eyes on the road, and there's something about insecurity with these people. It's definitely people who you've triggered something in them, right? You've really triggered some kind of feeling for them that they can't keep up with you, or they're second best to you, or they want to like fix something. You know, they're fixers. They're those kind of people that just want to, like, you know, fix. They want to just fix everything, and they can't. So it's a real problem for them. They're the kind of people that might have been really supportive of you when you were in the beginning stages of whatever endeavor you're in. You know, maybe a new job, maybe you just were the new person on the job and they saw you as an underdog, and then they were like your big supporter. And then when you started doing really well, which of course you knew you would, you just had to get a beginning, you know, somewhere. And it's like then they couldn't stand it. You know, they liked you when they felt like they could give you advice and they had the upper hand, and they really never thought you were going to succeed anyway. You know, they didn't. And then when you started to succeed, then suddenly they won't acknowledge your success, and they are giving you these backhanded compliments. You know, some of them were comparing you to other people. It's like, well, you should do it like, you know, such and such. Maybe you should have done it like Debbie did it, or you should have done it like Nancy did it, or you should have done it like Jane Doe did it. You know, whether it's somebody real or somebody they made up, yeah, you should totally do it like that. I want to show you guys this beautiful place. Hold on one second here. Here I am in this gorgeous place. I thought you would enjoy. This is my drive. This is why I drive on. Look how beautiful this is. Isn't this pretty? I knew you were going to really love it here. And yeah, so I'm going to get back to driving and my reading, but I just wanted to show you this really gorgeous. Now I'm a little windblown. So pretty here in the mountains. These are the Appalachian Mountains, Blue Ridge Mountains. Anyway, so the person with the backhanded compliments, back to them. So what the guides were giving me about that is, you know, when people are not only critical but passive aggressive about being critical, they have real issues, and their issues stem back to insecurity, for one thing, and old beliefs for another thing. You know, and it stems back to childhood for many of them. Critical parents whose old tapes that rattle around in their heads that they still believe untruths. For instance, I grew up with, you should never wear red and pink together. Oh well. And I grew up with, you know, when you get to be my age, you should never have long hair. And oh well. So I'm breaking all the rules. And, you know, a lot of people my age grew up with that kind of thing. And I'm sure you have your own things that you grew up with. And what I'm getting is with these people who are super critical, you know, they think you're not following the rules. You know, you're a real rebel. And they think that you're out of line. You know, they think you should do things their way because their way or the highway. What the guides were telling me about this is, you know, one, they were like, do bring this up. I was like, do I really do a video on this? Because this is just encourage haters or encourage these passive-aggressive, critical people, you know? And they were like, yeah, because it's good to kind of call people out on their stuff. They said it's not bad. You know, it really kind of deserves to have a spotlight shown on it at this time because we're in the Great Awakening. You know, people's stuff is being exposed and brought to the light. And that's one of the things, like, people just don't realize. They think that because they are giving some sort of compliment along with this criticism that's okay, that's cool. And it's not cool. It's just not cool. It's hurtful. You know, it's almost more hurtful than if they were just honest. Here's one that I got a while back that started some of this for me. Is I got a comment from somebody who was like, I am one of your biggest supporters on this channel. I love your channel. I think you are so talented, etc., so gifted, whatever. Laid on all the compliment stick. She said, so please take this in the spirit in which I'm giving it. I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go. It's cloaked. Here it comes. And then there was it went on with, this person went on with, you know, as an interior designer, I really think you should get rid of, like, those flowers. You know, it would look much better if you just had one simple plant. And also, you know, I'd really love to see your hair cut in a short, blunt cut. Yeah, right. That's gonna happen. Okay, so this person also said, you know, you should really get rid of those artificial roses. You know, I'm an interior designer, so I mean, I know what I'm talking about, they said. And so, you know, if you had real roses, it would just put off such a nicer vibe. And also, there was more. Yes, there was more. This person said in a comment on my channel. Also, you should try lighter colored glasses, Tammy, really, because you should have, like, you know, you would look wonderful, beautiful. You're so beautiful. You should really wear, like, light pink glasses instead of those dark glasses that you usually wear, you know, with the heavy rims, because you just, you know, you just look better in pink, you know. Yeah, so I replied back to this very passive-aggressive person. I was like, I love real roses, and also I would love some new glasses. Would you be willing to gift me an appointment at the optometrist and gift me some new glasses? I would love to have new glasses, but I'll pick the color. And also, you know, roses, please. I'll give you my address, and if you would like to fill my studio with real roses, yeah. And I'm thinking, wonder what that's going to cost. Here I am with my very dark glasses. Anyway, yeah, so that's what was going on with her passive-aggressive comments, and maybe this person really sincerely thought they were being helpful. Now, when you give that many points of criticism, that was criticism any way that you frame it. You know, glasses, artificial plants, artificial roses, I need a real plant, basically need to redo my set, redo my hair, redo my glasses. Maybe I should just change my readings too. Maybe she'd just like to take over my channel. You know, I mean, that's criticism any way that you frame it, and I have to wonder what triggered that person into all that, because clearly long hair triggered it, clearly wearing glasses triggered it, clearly flowers triggered it. I don't know. There was a lot of triggering apparently that went on there, and whatever, clearly nothing's changed on my end. So, you know, this is how it goes with these backhanded compliments, you know, and I just want you to look out for that. You know, I wanted to bring it to attention because it's a thing. It happens a lot more often than it ever should happen, you know, and I think a lot of times passive-aggressive people don't always realize they're being passive-aggressive, and boy, if you point it out, they become aggressive-aggressive. I've experienced that one too. So there's definitely that goes on as well. I'm asking the guides right now, what do you do about this? And they are showing me a pointing finger, like, yeah, point it out, because these people need to know. Criticism hurts people's vibrations, and that's part of why they're doing it. They may not be conscious of it. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. But the guides are saying, it's important to raise vibrations, not to tear them down, and it's important to raise people up, not to tear them down. So this is why they're saying for me, because I was like, really, you sure you want me to do this video? Because this seems negative. They're like, they kept on me about it. This happened a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want that negativity on my channel. And they're like, but it's not. It's pointing out that we should raise vibrations. You know how my guides and angels are constantly telling me, focus on love, focus on love. And that's their message in this video, for people to be careful of criticism. Criticism's really hurtful, and it's the first way to break down relationships, for sure. Criticism will just kill relationships. It's the #1 cause of divorce, they say, which I believe it, and I think a lot of people in my age group, we grew up with a lot of criticism, so we're sort of used to it, but we need to move beyond that. We need to not be doing that. So I would just say, be careful of criticism. Be careful of being passive-aggressive. Be more direct, but be kind. And backhanded compliments, they need to go. Seriously. These backhanded compliments are just not good. And if you're doing that, stop it. Okay? Really. Seriously. So, I'm asking them if there's anything else I should say about any of this. They're really emphasizing to me, focus on love. Really focus on love. Raise your vibrations, because love does that. Oh, here's what they're telling me to tell you. This is so cool. Like, back in the 90s, when I was really having this spiritual awakening big time, I was going to a Unity church at the time. And they had a speaker there who was really into dowsing rods. They did this with several people. They would bring somebody up from the audience, and they would stand back, and they could measure their auras with the dowsing rods. And the aura would be like 2 feet from their body, for instance. And then they would ask the audience, and there was a huge audience there that particular night. Everybody in the audience sent this person love, and they would time it for 60 seconds. They would send this person love. And then they would go back and they would measure this person's aura after they were sent love for 60 seconds. And almost like the person almost couldn't get back far enough in this building to measure their auras, because that's how huge their auras had become in this short amount of time, in 60 seconds of all these people sending love. And they did it with several people. It was just amazing. And being an empath, sitting there, I was picking up all this love. So I was like ready. I could have like flown out of the building and flown home that night, To whoever has given you backhanded compliments, or if you've done that, I think we've all done it probably at some point. And then caught ourselves. Why did I say that? It happens. None of us are perfect. I'm not trying to say we are. I'm definitely not trying to say I am. But I think, what we need to do really is look at why. I was hearing from the guides to bring up digging deeper. We need to heal those inner traumas that make us want to criticize people, and we need to really dig deep and find out what old patterns, old family criticisms and things like that that may have caused criticism and backhanded compliments. You know, did we grow up with those? Did we learn that? You know, is it a generational kind of thing? And the guides are saying, you know, this is about healing. This whole video, and I didn't even know that until just this moment. They've been downloading this saying, get started with this, we'll give you the messages. And the message is healing. Everybody needs to heal from these old traumas. And if you were criticized as a child a lot, you know, you still got that in you. You absorbed that, and it would be good to purge it, get rid of it. Don't inflict that on others. Don't lower other people's vibrations. It's a bad thing to do. We need to be raising people up. We need to be supportive of people. We need to send love. We need to focus on love. And, you know, sadly enough, just a minute ago, I drove by a dead fawn, the baby deer, you know, on the side of the road, had been hit, still had its little spots, and gosh, it made me so sad. And I think it does have something to do with this video. You know, I see things along this drive that are part of the message of these videos that I do. And that dead fawn, you know, some kind of a symbol here of childlike wonder being smashed. Just a, you know, Spirit gives me very literal messages, and to see the death of such an innocent little creature like that for no reason, you know, just stepped out the road. And it's definitely confirming what I'm saying here, that there are old patterns that I think, you know, whoever left that mean comment for me and has given you mean comments and backhanded compliments and all those sort of things, you know, part of their innocence, I think, as a child was injured. It needs to be healed. So this video is a message of healing, as it turns out, and I hope that it was helpful. If you want to share some of the backhanded compliments you've heard, feel free to. You know, if you want to vent, sometimes that's healing as well. And I think it was good for me to purge that comment that I got that keeps kind of ringing in my ears. I mean, I didn't believe it at all. You know, it doesn't hurt me, but it did make me wonder, what on earth? You know, for somebody to come in and like tear down every single thing that I do on my channel and how I look and how I dress and, you know, everything is just really extreme. It was the most extreme comment I've gotten on this channel. Not the meanest or most vulgar kind of comment for sure, but it was meant to dig deep and try to be personal and do harm under the guise of, oh, this is a compliment for you. So a couple of things. Watch out for that. Make sure you're not doing it. And if you are doing it, heal it. You know, really go in there, dig down, ask yourself, why? Why did I just say that? Why can't I just appreciate the beauty in that person or that thing or that situation or that job, or how the kind of job that person is doing? You know, there's something about law of attraction here too. You know, it's like the more you focus on the things you love, the more you'll get back. And, you know, there's something about the observer, you know, like what the observer sees is what they think they're going to see a lot of times. And I think if you're looking for fault, if you're one of those fault-finding people, or you're dealing with that, that's all that person's going to see is faults. I think you have to try to set your lens so that you see the beauty in things, and then things become more beautiful. And that beauty raises vibrations. It does, you know, like beautiful landscape I showed you earlier. It's like, didn't it feel good? It's not like being there, I know, because you got a small little, you know, snapshot of the screen there, but it's beautiful. So on that note, I'm going to go, and thank you so much for joining me today on my drive. And please, no criticism of me driving and doing this video. I'm being very careful. I'm on the high psychic alert.